everyone. I'm Emilio. I play Pepino. I'm going to be doing today's recap. On last week's adventure, we decided to try to resurrect our good friend Derek, who had died the night before in game time, attempting to find a cache of dildos. We decided to go the route of finding the Tabaxi tribe through the information that Commander Barry would hopefully give us. And on our trail to meet Commander Barry, we stumbled across a young boy named Sebastian, who had been carrying around his dead mother for, was it 3 days? 2 days? Multiple days. More days than a child should carry around their dead mother. And we decided to help him out too, and hopefully resurrect his mother as well. And en route, we were attacked by a green dragon that we slayed with the help of young Sebastian, who I believe is a talented druid. We met with Commander Barry, and she scribbled on the Linux map some vague direction of where we should go, and that is where we left off. We're on the road to meet the Tabaxi tribe.
We are.
Yeah, I think that's it, right? Did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything.
I don't think so.
No?
I think we're good.
All right.
Okay.
That's where we are.
All right. So, Dan, after you're finished putting everyone together, if you don't mind throwing that image up of the Tabaxi Valley.
Oh, I will do that right now.
Sorry.
No, not a problem.
Okay. So, as we said, they traveled for about 4 days from the resistance camp. They had to double back and head into a very large valley through several forests. Oh, hold please. Okay, now we're good. And and the very early morning of the 4th day, they come to the top of the low mountain foothill that they were climbing and look down into the valley, and they can see that it's very dense with trees. There's a river that's cutting through it, and they can see just off in the distance, Lennox decides that it's probably about a day's travel out, where they can see like wisps of smoke coming from a particular section of the forest. So you guys head down into the forest and make your way through. Is there anything in particular you guys wanted to accomplish on this last day before you approach as you're approaching the Tabaxi? You know you have about 6 hours before you get there.
Probably try and teach Sebastian some social cues. Yeah, just try and teach him how not everything is literal.
Okay.
You know, some things are said in jest. And I would also try and teach Lennox how to be a little more easygoing with children. I'd probably get on Lennox's case a lot over the next.
Neat.
Yeah. Whenever you're a little cold towards him, Lennox.
Listen, the lad needs to know what to expect. It's a sad thing, but it's a thing.
Saying we can be a little softer, guys. You know, he lost his mom, he lost his dad. He's 11. He knows magic, which is kind of fucking wild, but
Right.
it's very impressive. I think if we lead him on the right path, he'll be a good person.
Well, one can hope.
But other than that, other than butting heads with Lennox about that, I don't think, at least personally, I don't think I would have anything else on my agenda.
You find that Sebastian is pretty attentive to what you're saying. Probably he didn't realize how much he was missing, interaction with others the last few days. All right, so about mid-afternoon on your trek, Lennox, you are taking notes. In fact, could you make a check with an intelligence check with your cartographer's tools for me, please?
Ooh, exciting. Haha. Oh gosh, cartographer tools would add just my the roll plus proficiency.
Yes.
Is there any ability score I should add to that or no? I rolled an 18.
I'd say yeah. You can add survival to it.
Ah, okay. Excuse me. That would be a 21 in total then.
21 in total. Okay. So you are keeping pretty good track of where you guys are going. You are staying on the path. You notice that the path is slowly but surely getting more overgrown. But you're still being able to tell kind of where it's going, and you're able to mark it on your map. In fact, you're doing such a good job that you're able to take those scratches that Commander Vari put on your map and kind of turn them into part of the decoration of your map. So it is not ruined. It still looks nice.
I was worried about that.
But at about midday, you guys reach what looks like a fork in the trail. You kind of take a moment, look around, and to go straight through is very dense. You would probably have to use like a machete or some sort of tool to get through it, or you can choose to go through one of the trails on either side, and you can tell from the direction that you've been heading that the Tabaxi tribe, or what you think is the Tabaxi tribe, is dead straight ahead.
It's dead straight ahead.
No, that's... Let's continue forward then. Yeah.
If it's all right, and I don't want to backtrack too much or anything, but aside from reading at night my tinkering book, I definitely would want to read that letter I got from Claire. Was it Claire?
Oh, sure, Clara.
Clara, yes.
Yes, how dare you? No, those damn halflings. Yeah, yes, we will. Let's do this. We will, at the next night stop, I'll divulge what was in the letter. We'll say that you'll stop and read it then. Okay, so just to make sure that I'm describing it correctly, the path either goes it forks off to the left or the right, and if you go straight ahead, you're going to have to literally like chop through the forest.
Forge our own path.
Do. Yeah.
I think that sounds on brand for us. I don't know.
With the horses?
Yeah.
That's okay. I just want to make sure.
Is there anything with... no, I guess I wouldn't... would I have any clue about the topography of either direction? Like the wild... Like the... what to expect? More trees? Stone kind of thing? Or would that be way outside of my wheelhouse?
I would say... Just make another survival check for me based on what you've seen.
Okay. 13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to your best knowledge, it's going to be more of the same. So more dense, thick ivy on the ground surface with palms and sort of like spiky ferns and things. And then, of course, there's going to be the big trees. So it's a pretty dense jungle.
All right. I'll just turn around and... well, it's straight ahead. And I'll turn around. When in doubt, go left.
I mean... Also, I can ask Guillermo what his expert opinion is, and I'll let him out. He'll fly up. We'll take a peek.
Okay.
Yeah.
This will determine kind of the information that he gets. Do you want him to make a perception or an investigation check?
I guess it'd be a perception. I just want him to fly straight up and like see as far like which route looks like it would be more efficient or actually the correct route.
Okay, sure. Yeah, go right ahead.
That doesn't count. And I rolled the same thing. 14.
14? Okay.
Yeah.
He is up there for quite a few minutes. He's able to determine, it's very hard to see through, because once you get up into the canopy, it's hard to see that little tiny path. But after a few minutes, he determines that it looks like the paths fork, and then that his best guess is that they probably come back together at some point. So the paths just kind of go around and then keep going forward.
I'll relay that information to everyone. Yeah.
When in doubt, Go left.
All right.
Why left?
Oh, it's popular opinion to go right. So, mix it up.
Yeah,
Road less
and Lennox
traveled.
it is a contrarian, so let's.
But you want to go on the path more traveled, right?
Oh. No. If there's anyone waiting for us, or bandits, or anything like that, they'd want more people.
I agree with Linux. This time.
That's a
I agree with Lennox every time. Lennox, let's go left.
All right.
Okay. A bad feeling.
Okay, Lennox, can you roll a d4 for me, please?
Oh, fun. Oh, I love these kinds of things. Okay, let's see. 3.
Okay, great. All right, so you guys make your way around the left, and it's about an hour or so. And what is everyone's passive perceptions again?
Excellent.
11.
Oh yeah,
17.
you're like a yeah,
14.
Only 11.
Yeah,
only
same.
11.
Same.
That's 17, and I only have 14 wisdom. That's pretty good.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so anyone with a 15 or higher would hear, not too far off the trail, you hear almost like a creaking and a groaning sound. It's probably about 40, 50 feet away.
But like in like the brush, like
In the brush, yeah.
okay. Did it sound like an animal? If I try and listen closer, does it sound more like an animal, or does it sound like?
Make an intelligence check for me.
Sure.
Or I guess investigation, because you're actively.
19.
19? Okay. It does not sound like an animal. In fact, it sounds like the creaking of, I guess, like branches.
Okay.
In like a really strong wind.
And like a really strong wind.
Like it's in a really strong wind.
Oh, okay.
So you're not. It's like as if there's not a wind noise, but it's
It's a
almost
tornado.
Like
No.
yeah, it's like a tornado without the tornado.
No. I'll tap everyone. I'll say there's someone in the bushes again.
Oh,
I
not
told you
another
I had a
boy.
bad feeling.
You're rustling.
I mean, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. You just hear rustling.
We just hear more rustling. I
Yeah.
mean, last time it was a kid who knew fucking druid magic, so I think this maybe we'll get lucky again.
I don't think that's how luck works.
Alzaris, do you want to go take a stealthy sneak round? Should we do the same as last time with
Stealthy sneak.
Guillermo and...
I guess.
Oh.
And I will crouch down and go around and be sneaky.
Okay, make me a sneak roll, please. Stealth roll.
I'd be-
I don't know why I couldn't think of the word sneak.
Whoa, that's a 27.
27.
Not bad.
Jeez.
All right, yeah.
I'm a sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You make your way around, and then just make a perception check for me.
Well, that's cocked. Hold on. Okay. Perception, you said?
Perception, please.
That's only a 12.
A 12.
Yeah, I
Okay.
did not roll well.
You are fairly well hidden, but in doing so, you kind of obscure your own view of kind of where the sound is coming from, but you swear it looks like a tree is moving.
Am I tripping? Is this what tripping feels like?
Victoria, Ileana's gonna cast Divine Sense,
Okay. Go right ahead.
which tells me 60-foot radius. It's detect good and evil for a 60-foot radius.
Okay. You detect the presence of a good aligned creature.
Hey.
Oh,
Well, whatever it is, it's good aligned.
2 for 2.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll walk over slowly and I'll just, hello?
Ileana will follow him.
Me too.
I cast Gust, which is just a cantrip and it's harmless,
Okay.
sort of.
Towards in that direction.
Towards what?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just a small blast of air, moving
Okay.
one object. I want to see if
Knocks
this
Pepino
tree.
over.
No.
What the hell is ours?
Poor
He and
Pepino.
Sebastian go tumbling.
You know, but I want to see if it actually like moves the tree, like the tree stands with the branches go woo, or if it actually like falls.
So you gust a cantrip towards this tree that you swore you just saw moving, but then you might have been tripping on bards and berries. And as the group approaches and says hello, all of a sudden you guys see the branches of this enormous live oak start to move towards you. Hello?
Is it tree beard?
Oh.
Not quite. So what you see before you, if you haven't seen it, so imagine a live oak. So those are the big sweeping ones that you see in like the south that have all of the Spanish moss hanging off of it. So it almost looks like it's a really wide, short, bearded old man, but as a tree.
How tall, like how big is this thing?
I mean, it is probably like a 45 to 50 feet wide, and it's probably only like 30, 35 feet tall. So he's got like these huge arms that like wrap, and he's almost using them as like, almost like a gorilla, you know, where he's like using his hands to move him forward.
It's like the last unicorn.
Yeah.
The
Do I know what this thing is?
Make a history check for me.
Oh, yeah, might I with a sage background?
Yeah.
If I may.
22.
Yeah, I don't
22.
have that.
Yeah.
It's
14
for me.
14. Okay. It sounds familiar, Lennox. You're not quite placing it, but you know for sure this is definitely a treant, and although it's not necessarily a particular varietal that you're familiar with, but it's definitely a treant.
Okay. And then what characteristics do I know about treants?
You would know. Well,
What's their favorite food?
Spanish moss. Frogs. No. You would know that they're able to animate other trees around them.
Okay.
You know that they are, if they do not move, that they look exactly like a tree. And you know that they work a lot closely with the Fae.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I know like they're like civilized, right?
Yes.
I would know that they're
Yes.
like, okay.
Yeah.
I would stop and I would bow and I would say like, hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, I'm also well. Are you lost? I heard you along the trail.
Oh, no, child. I'm just making my way through my forest.
Oh, this is your forest.
Yes. What
You have a-
are you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, please.
You have a lovely forest. Thank you for allowing us to travel through it.
Thank you.
Of course.
What are you doing here?
We're just passing through, looking for a Tabaxi tribe. Yeah.
I know them well. Yes.
You know them?
Yes, they live in my forest.
Are they good people?
Good is an interesting concept.
You
You can
think
tell
they're...
he's just like in thought.
Yeah,
He's lost in thought.
Yeah. When you think of them, do you think they're good, personally?
I think they are one with nature.
All right. Oh, I'm Pepino, by the way. These are all my friends.
Good mean savage.
Lennox, give a bit of a bow to the tree.
Ileana, say hi to our new tree friend. Don't be rude.
Eat all of you.
Yeah, and then
Alex is
Elzara
her
is
jaw
like-
is
yeah.
like the entire time. She's very like dumbfounded.
Are you like just dumbfounded like behind him? Do I have to like wave
Yeah.
you over to like I'm like come here,
Yeah.
just come say hi?
Okay, well that face is still there as she slowly like walks around and like she's never seen one and has never heard of one before. And it's a talking tree. So
And he'll kind of like turn as you approach. He'll turn and let you reach his branch up and like let you go underneath of it so you can join the rest of your party.
oh
And like slowly put it back down.
Oh no. I love this so much.
Have
Can
you
he-
seen? Yeah, go ahead.
No.
No, go ahead, please.
Can he take us to Isengard, please?
It might be even slower than they do. Have
Sorry,
you
okay, yeah.
seen any other interesting creatures on your travels through my forest? Any that do not belong?
Probably that dragon
Right.
that attacked our little friend right here, Sebastian.
It was the green dragon.
Oh. How far? How many moons did you travel?
Wait, sorry, how many have we traveled?
Yeah. Oh, this would be your 4th day, so there would
Okay.
be 3 moons. 3 moons.
Yeah, 3.5 moons.
Yes. That is far from their lands. Not quite what I was thinking of, but troubling.
What were you thinking of?
Oh, well, recently there was an event. Made it easier to get to the Feywild. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but a few of the creatures from there got trapped inside, and I'm helping them find their way back.
Oh, so that's who you speak of when you say, have we seen any interesting creatures?
Yes,
Got it.
ones
Well-
from not this plane.
I haven't seen anything
Hmm.
not belonging to this plane. What about you, Lennox? Have you seen anything?
Oh, I'll reach back and pet Bandit. I don't know if our friend Bandit here qualifies. We found them, well, in a forest a bit away from here, but I know they're not native to the land.
Hmm.
But they're
You'll
a good
see
one.
his very Spanish mossy bearded face get down really close and low and inspect Bandit.
Oh. Keep it-
Interesting, but not of the Fae.
Oh.
So
Well,
tell me, Tree, will this Tabaxi tribe kill us if we try to visit their tribe?
do you intend to kill them?
No.
Then I do not see them killing you unless you provoke them.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, if you haven't seen anything, keep an eye out. And if not, just be careful as you travel through. These are my children. You can see he kind of look wistfully around him at his forest.
Sure.
Could you point at like, is there Could you guide us to the Tabaxi tribe? Are you busy at the moment?
Certainly, we could go if you
Thank
so
you.
desired.
And then, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, I don't know if it is pronounceable in your tongue. And he sort of like groans a little bit, like, and you can hear his name in tree, and it,
No.
doesn't quite make
Yeah,
sense.
I don't speak tree.
Does it take him an
Surprisingly,
hour?
though, Sebastian seems to like sort of understand it. It's like some tree version of Druidic, so he like
Oh no.
kind of like picks up on it. But
Oh.
you could call me friend.
And enter.
I love this so much right now.
Yes,
Well,
let us make haste.
Sure.
I'm sure you're very hasty. Let's go.
And he starts moving. And you notice, although he's moving very slowly, his stride is actually quite large. So he still moves at about 30 feet.
Sure.
Yeah. So he's keeping up with you, even though
It's just in like slow motion.
yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yes.
take
So he's
that
like
in.
behind you, and then all of a sudden with you, and then behind you, and then with you. Yeah.
Nice. Lennox gonna appreciate the marvel of that. This is riding.
Okay. So you travel like this for about an hour or so, and at this point, I'll say, especially with Peppino's passive perception, it's easy to notice that you can start to see those wisps of smoke coming through the trees ahead, and you're probably about 30 minutes out, and your new friend sort of stops where he is and says, "It's only just ahead."
Thank you so much. Thank you for your guidance and your hospitality.
Of course.
And is there anything I can do for you if I run into a fae?
Send them my way. Tell them to call for me, and I will hear them.
Okay.
Very mystical.
Do not hurt them, though. They are lost.
I would never.
That is good. Peppino. And you can hear him like kind of creaking and growling as he says your name.
Well, we'll be off. Thank you again.
Of course.
Deep
Safe
fancy
journeys.
Yeah. And to you as well.
He gives you a bow, and then sort of, you guys are heading sort of northeast into the valley, and he sort of branches off and goes kind of west over. And
He gives us a bow.
Yeah.
And branches off.
and then branches off. Yeah, waka waka. Okay. All
That was
right.
weird.
What was that, Ileana?
I said that was weird.
Nature can be
I-
weird sometimes.
Have you
I
talked to tree spirits before, Peppino?
No, but I found that somewhat comforting, knowing that there's a friendly being in the forest.
Who's to say they're friendly? They could have just been lying to us.
I don't think he has the capacity to lie, if I was to guess.
It's a tree.
I've tripped over quite a few tree branches in my day, and I don't think that they're all, puppies and rainbows like you're implying.
That's a good point.
Look, Eliana, nobody knows more than me that you can hold a grudge. So
That's holding a grudge. I'm just saying that it was weird, and I'm not sure that I completely trust the tree.
Right.
I think not everything that is weird. Weird doesn't inherently mean bad. I think it's just something new. But we'll be safe. I can't help but feel that I trust him. He seemed very reasonable and honorable.
Sebastian, you're one with the wood folk. What's your take?
Oh, I've spoken with trees before. I don't know what that voice was.
Remember, please, sir, I want
yes,
some more.
please, sir, I want some more. I've spoken with trees before, and he was even better than those were.
Oh.
Interesting.
There we go.
And did you tell us that you detected good? Yeah, you did, right? You said there's something good out there, right?
Ileana did. Yeah.
Yeah, Ileana did, right?
I detected a good
Yep.
creature, sure.
So I mean, let's put 2 and 2 together. Like.
Good can be subjective. Linux will
Thank
kind
you,
of look
Linux.
off in
Yeah.
the distance.
Of the tree.
But it's a tree. It's
Let's not discuss this. Let's just keep
Right.
going towards the Tabaxi tribe, please. We can talk about it later. If you want to argue about if I trust trees or not, we can talk about it, when we're in a different place in a different time.
I'm
this
just
is
saying.
concerning.
I promise not every tree is trying to trip you, Ileana. I promise.
Like,
I
they're
don't-
So
Honestly, I don't need your protection, Peppino.
why are you so hostile? Are you okay?
Let's just keep going. Let's just keep.
Okay, we'll keep
Well,
going.
we can keep
Let's
Pull
going.
my horse
Let's,
around.
let-
I
It's
want
been a
it.
few days. I just want to get to the tribe and get all of this settled.
Let's go.
We're mighty close now, just over here.
Yeah.
You don't like the tribe. That's why you're in a bad mood. Okay.
I think the tribe's fascinating.
Oh, well, who hated the tribe then?
I didn't hate the tribe. I hated the idea of,
Politics?
No, well, the politics of, that very held of if you don't agree with me, I'm gonna kill you and turn you into a tabaxi.
Right.
Better than being dead.
Sure, but she could also just not kill them. I think that's. I'm just saying, I think that's an option that she could explore.
Also a fair point, Peppino. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice fair world you live in.
It is. It is.
So as you guys make your way through, it doesn't take long. You're kind of looking around. Peppino don't really see anyone, but you guys start to hear the hustle and bustle of this tribe. And as you approach, you notice that you don't really see much in front of you, but you do start to move your gaze up, and you can tell that they have their tribe, their colony is actually up in the canopy.
Oh.
Cats do like to climb trees. All right, let's. Is there like a ladder? Or
There's little
something?
connecting tunnels
Like a
and
ramp?
such. They can just climb all about. That's amazing.
I don't have claws. I can't.
So as you guys are approaching, you start looking around for a ladder. A figure comes out that none of you had seen previously, and it has sort of the look of a jaguar, but a little bit more stout than you would expect. And he turns to all of you and says, "Whoa, how can I help?"
Just point a finger to either Peppino or Linux.
Hello.
Oh,
We're hoping you can help us.
you do meow. All right. How can I help?
I've lost someone close to me, and I understand that you have a ritual that can bring them back.
You can see that his face went from sort of curious to more solemn. I see. Yes. Let's take you to Jade. Yes.
Thank you.
Do you have them with you?
We do, and then
There's
also,
a corpse horse over there. I'll just point out the corpse horse.
Lennox, you're a poet. Yes, we do have them with us.
Let
That was
me,
a yes, Lennox. That was a yes. That was a yes.
Right.
We have them.
I'll pull up the corpse horse.
And you hear him sort of, I guess, for lack of a better term, meow something in Druidic, and cats, a series of cats that are mostly cheetahs and jaguar, and there's like one lion-looking cat that just jumped down from the tree and you guys realize they probably have been following you for a little bit. You just didn't notice. They're stealthy little buggers. And they go straight for the corpse horse and start taking the bodies off so that they can carry them up for you.
Be careful.
And then they sort of gesture towards a tree, and as there's no ladder there, but as you approach, one just sort of appears in the bark.
Oh.
Cool. I'll start climbing.
Right. Let's climb this right now. And I'll start climbing up. So.
Okay.
I will wait to make sure that they're climbing up safely before I climb.
Nice.
Sounds good. Well, we all know how Lennox is about climbing things, so we
know.
probably let him get all the way to the top before you guys climbing. Okay, yeah. It's it looks a little bit treacherous because it's it's almost like you're climbing in one of those skinny sequoias, but yeah, it's surprisingly easy. It's almost like there's like a grip to it. So you guys climb your way up, and you see them take. I almost said Derek's mom, Sebastian's mom, and Derek. Kind of firemen carry them over their shoulder, but they just start leaping from tree to tree to get up to the top and meet you up there. And as you guys emerge, you emerge on like the platform of this tree house, and the one that first initially spoke with you is waiting up there for you. He bounded around you.
Yeah.
First, I need your names, please.
I am Peppino Puccinelli.
Ileana.
I'm just going to look at Elzar.
Friends. Don't be shy now, friends. We're guests.
Internally, I'm worried with any sort of other magical practitioners that ask for my name.
If they hesitate too long, I'll be like, these are my good friends Lennox and Elzaris.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was just waiting. Rude.
No. Okay.
And then that one's Derek. And
Right.
Sebastian
He's
as
the
well.
dead one.
Little Sebastian.
Yeah, Derek's the dead one.
Right.
The kid is
Sebastian's the
Sebastian.
kid.
Sebastian's
We don't
mom.
know.
And that's
we
his
don't know
mother.
about the mom, but she's dead too.
We never bothered to learn her name.
No, because she's dead.
Her name is
I'm very
Mom.
attractive. Oh.
That's
Her name's
Oh.
Mom.
mom.
That's lame for a name. Like, you're already a mom, so why
Exodus.
You were
Have your
born
name be
for
Mom.
it.
We don't.
All right. So to say, it is good to meet you. My name is Timber. And he'll take a deep bow.
Bow back.
Mm-hmm.
Before I
do a
take you
curtsy.
Yeah. Okay. Noted. Before I take you to Jade, our leader, how did you find us?
With assistance from our I forgot, are they called Ents or Trants?
Trance.
Trants. With our we befriended a Trant in the forest. Wait, this is his forest, and he guided us here.
And Commander Vary.
Oh, you see like a look of recognition. So, she told you we could bring back your friends and the Treants, and you can hear him say like the Treant's name in that druidic noise.
Yes.
But you recognize it as the same one.
Commander Veri
Guided you here.
told us about what the situation was with the tribe, and we kind of took it upon ourselves to bring them here.
I see. Well, it is not my decision to help you, so if you wait just a moment, we are gathering so we can meet you.
Take your time.
Oh, he'll sort of depart, but you see that there are other Tabaxi, kind of surrounding you. They're not like in a aggressive way or anything, but they're kind of around you guys.
I will try to be friends with them.
You can see that they're like getting down low, and it's not like they haven't seen a gnome before, but they probably don't see very many of them. So,
Yeah.
They're very curious, kind of like moving around you and
Yeah.
sniffing you and Yeah.
It's just like I'll look up and wave at everyone. Like, hey, Pepino, how are you? Introduce myself to everyone.
Okay. You make your way around, and they all introduce themselves. Sometimes get a little bit distracted by some of the light that comes through the canopy of the trees. And probably after about 10-15 minutes, Timber comes back and says, if you will follow me and bring your friends, and you'll see that your friend, Sebastian's mom and Derek were sort of like laid down on a bench next to you guys.
I'm gonna take that 50 minutes too to prestidigitation a baseball size jingle bell, just to offer it up as thanks for their help, just in case. Going based on what I know of cats.
Okay, great. So you make
Adorable.
yourself a jingle bell. Okay. So you guys take the bodies of the fallen, and you make your way through sort of this like labyrinth of bridges that are like swing bridges that are connecting tree to tree, and you go probably about a half mile through this like maze of trees. Yeah, you don't see your horses down below anymore. You tied them up, but you don't see them, and you just see sort of like everyday life happening in these trees. And it's interesting. There's you see a very distinct division. Not that they're keeping separate, but there's definitely sort of the predator style cats that you're seeing. But then as you're working your way through in sort of the areas that you can tell you're like in a residential area or whatever, you see almost oversized house cats. There's like
It's adorable.
And it's an interesting mix, in fact, anyone who wants to make anyone who thinks that they might know anything about Tabaxi can make a history check for me.
I would love to make a history check.
I'm good.
A whopping 3.
3. Okay.
Alex just wants to pet him. Because they used to have cats like back home, like actual house cats. And she thinks this is like a voodoo thing. Like they were brought to life and she just wants to pet them without being rude.
If you reach out to try and pet one, they might reach out to pet you. So, because they're very like curious.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then Pepino, what was your roll? I'm sorry.
18.
Ooh.
No.
18. So you would probably have an idea that, although they're not always exactly the same, Tabaxi tend to be sort of a similar, type of cat, or type of, species. But you kind of put 2 and 2 together that perhaps some of them came back a little bit differently when they were reincarnated.
Sure.
So it might be the magic, or it just might be
Based on their personality.
Yeah, based on the personality.
Based on their lifestyle.
Yeah, yeah. You see a couple of very comfortable, pudgy kitties
Nice.
on your trip.
Couple of pervs.
Yep. Okay, so you make your way through, and then you see sort of in the center of this network is probably the largest trail. So it spans several trees, almost like a tree circle, and it's suspended up in the air. And you approach into this building, and as you walk in, you can see that it's set up almost like a meeting space. There's several benches that go in a 3/4 circle, several rows of them with an aisle down the middle, and then there's sort of like a makeshift, I guess a throne for lack of a better term, and then several seats on either side. And on the throne you see a very old, graying snow tiger, but it's very short and compact, probably not much taller than Pepino. And she's wearing a simple dress, but yeah, just kind of sitting there with a staff in her hand and just sort of waiting for you to approach.
How Instagrammable is she on a scale of 1 to 10?
In like a cute grandma sort of way.
Okay.
Very Instagrammable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll approach to an appropriate distance, and I'll wave.
Ilana, yes, the same. Well, she won't wave, but she will approach. The different
I'm going to approach on Pepino's other side.
No.
Yes.
Alex approaches too, but she's like in the back hanging.
Okay. I hear you might need my help.
If you can do what we think you can do, we definitely need your help.
What sort of people are you?
In what manner do you mean? Well, what manner are you asking?
We're adventurers.
Like what are
People.
our dreams? Yeah.
But at
Good.
the core, what sort of people are you? She's kind of like looking at you, like with squinted eyes.
How can I show you?
Tell me, how well do you know Commander Barry?
Not very.
She kidnapped
Oh,
me.
it is very. Yeah, Commander. Very.
Yeah.
I mean, she kidnapped me, so she's, there.
On your shit list.
Nice.
A little
We're like
bit.
all folk, mix of good and bad.
I don't know Commander very, very well, but I have a feeling if I did, we would have disagreements.
And why did you decide to bring your friend to us?
Because we miss them.
Because he's dead.
It was her final wish.
Oh,
You can see
well,
her,
at that
like-
point,
Kind of cock her head a little bit.
No.
I opened the notes that Derek left, and I'm like, see? Like, please take me to Tabaxi tribe. Like, that's why we're here.
She'll kind of like reach for the note so she can read it.
Okay.
Interesting. So, both of your friends wanted to become like us.
Oh, we're not friends with the mom that's dead.
No.
But that's my mom.
Yeah. The young boy Sebastian here, our friend, lost his mother, and if there's a way to bring her back, I think we should all do whatever we can to help him.
He dragged her around the woods 2 days just to see her get help.
Oh,
Is it
child. Yes. Well. And what sort of lives will you lead when your friends are with you?
Just like any other day.
Depends on the circumstances, I suppose, but
Hopefully good ones.
that's always the intent. I'll say to her, not to Pepino.
Okay. Will two of you please make persuasion checks for me?
Ooh, I'm gonna give Pepino the
Yeah, Wait, go for it. Yeah, I'll try. I have persuasion. Unless I'm gonna look at Elzarius and Ileana, and then I'm gonna try and persuade.
I'm not proficient. I have a +2.
No, I'll do it. Ooh.
So, bad news. Good news, I have a +8 modifier. Bad news, I rolled a 3. So, 11.
11, okay.
14.
14. Okay.
I rolled a 10.
We'll be good.
Yeah, right. We're like,
So you
You see,
So you can tell she is sort of mulling you guys over, thinking about you a little bit. You know, you haven't really convinced her at the moment. So she turns to you and says, "Do you know what this will take?" what will happen if they do not come back.
I don't.
Would they
What?
still be dead?
They won't ever be able to be brought back if it does not take.
Are they still able to cross over to wherever? Or is something destroyed in the process?
That is a question that I know not the answer.
I'm feeling a little less sure about this. I'll look at everyone else.
Derek would want us to try.
Oh yeah, no. We're gonna try because we.
What if his soul is destroyed in the process?
It's
and then he's
fine.
just
It's fine.
I don't know. Why is it fine?
Because his note said his final wish was to do this. So he should know that if it doesn't work, his soul is going to get destroyed. Like, he knows what he's up against. And
I don't think he
I'm
knew.
confident.
I disagree with that on a fundamental level.
Well, you know,
What?
we've had a little more time to, like, get to know each other. So, not like that. Ew.
Like what?
I didn't know you two were so close.
Well, no, we weren't. I just got to spend a little more time, like, chatting.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. Whatever. This is what he wants, and I refuse to have one of my new friends die because he's not dead.
Okay, well,
He's not dead.
Now that we know what Elzaris wants, I think that Derek, if he were alive, and with how much we could try explaining it to him, I still think he would want to become a Tabaxi.
May I ask you a question?
Yes, child.
Do you remember your life before you were transformed? If you were transformed and not part of the original tribe.
My child, you flatter me. I have been with this tribe for many years, but if you want to know about the transformation, and she'll kind of like look off at Timber, who took a spot at her right side, and kind of give him like a knowing glance, and he'll disappear outside for just a moment and return with a very snow white, very fluffy, almost Persian looking Tabaxi. That's in just simple leathers, and the two of them will approach. You should speak to Celeste. She's been through the process.
Celeste, I take it?
Yes. How can I help?
We're just wondering if, going through the transformation, if you remember that much of your past life?
Oh, I do. In fact, Celeste was my name from before. I chose to keep it.
Oh. Kept the same memories? Did anything get lost?
Some of it was a bit fuzzy, but I will tell you that I passed in very violent circumstances. So, I don't know, things around that time were a bit... It's hard to remember, but I don't know if that's just me or...
Are you okay with your life now?
She kind of looks a little bit, I don't know, melancholy. Well, if I knew how to find my old life, I might go back, but things are very nice here.
Do you remember your last name, Celeste?
She'll think about it for a minute.
Okay.
And kind of say, it's not coming to me. I know I have an older sister and a younger brother, though my younger brother went through the transformation as well, but then he died after.
Is that usual?
Oh, separately. He was in a scouting party, and
Oh,
yes,
got it.
It wasn't. Yes.
I'm going to turn back to the one on the throne.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have to stay here after they transform?
Oh, no, child. Part of our nature is that we're quite curious. And, but I will say that many return after a while. They want it, desire it.
Well, it's nice to have people like yourself.
Yes. And, of course, I assume Commander Vari told you of our troubles and why we have been blessed with this way of existence.
The curse. Aye?
Yes. Cursed.
Sorry to hear that. Glad you have some means to work around it.
Well, this curse was because of adventurers like you.
Oh.
Many, many years ago. So you can see why we're being careful.
Right.
Understood.
Have you ever sought out a cure for this curse?
It has been 150 years, and yet we have not found.
Wow.
But that does not mean we won't stop trying.
Good for you. Celeste, do you remember the danger that she speaks of when you were transformed? Do you remember what that was like?
Oh, I do. My family and I, well, my siblings and I came to these islands and sort of start a new life. And I remember being sent out, and there was some sort of threat to the city. I'm not sure. I thought they were werewolves, but I don't know. Everything is a bit hazy. I know that sounds crazy, werewolves.
The giant tree just guided us here. We understand.
So yeah, I'm not sure. I remember just never making it back to the city.
Do you remember which city? Remember the name of the city?
Nope. That was a one.
Nice.
That was a one. No.
I understand. I'll turn to the chief woman. So what exactly is the danger that is this something that their spirits will have to overcome as part of this process, this ritual?
Yes. Well, first, has your friend died before and been brought back?
I don't think so.
Not that we know
Not
of.
that we know of, right?
I'm gonna say no.
He was way too naive and pure to have experienced trauma of anything that bad.
Yes. Well, yes, especially on these islands, you'll find that it is harder to come back. Your soul has to make it back through. But that's for any death. But in particular for this one, the soul has to reconcile themselves with coming back not as they were.
Right.
It's a bit more difficult.
I'll turn to Peppino. and everyone kind of scanned amongst them. I'll support the majority. He did make it his last request, and there's really no telling what'll happen to his soul if it doesn't work, but it was his last request, and we should probably honor it.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'll turn back. All right, Sebastian, with this new information, what do you say about your mother?
Will someone please save my mum?
I'd say that's...
Shut it down.
Nice. Aww.
I'm gonna try, Sebastian. They
Okay.
will.
Okay.
All right, sounds like a yes then.
All right.
Let's do it.
Then let us prepare. And as she says that, it's like there's all of a sudden everyone is sort of like waiting for that direction from Jade, their supposed leader, and benches start to get moved. There are two sort of altar large tables that are being brought out. They take Derek and Sebastian's mother from you guys and lay them out and start just preparing the ritual. And as they do, they sort of usher you to the side and put these long sort of forest green cloaks over your shoulders, and say, you need to be prepared. You are part of this ritual.
Oh.
And they start putting this like weird red, very spicy smelling paste on all of your foreheads, as they're sort of cleaning the bodies and preparing them. And as they do that, we should prepare ourselves. We're going to take our break just a few minutes early. So
Nice.
we don't have to interrupt any of the rituals mid-break. So just in case you're new and you're not normally with us, we usually take about a 10-minute break so we can grab more drinks, use the restroom, get a sleeper snack. So we will make it as fast as we can so we can get back and see whether or not our two fallen compatriots make it back. So
Nice.
see you guys in a few minutes, okay?
Yay.
Yay!
I was gonna ask you that like earlier, but I totally forgot.
Yes. Oh, aw. I get it. Okay. You good? I need more coffee.
Yeah. Alright, we'll see you in a sec.
Brownsville.
It's just resurrection, isn't it?
Reincarnate.
Oh, that's right. I've been watching this video. I think I was talking about it earlier. About the speedrunners that they did one where two guys played on one controller, blindfolded, and they did Mike Tyson's Punch Out on the Nintendo and on the NES.
Oh my god.
I'll send it to you. It's really impressive. In my hometown. Oh my gosh. I'm getting the gist of it. Obviously, I'm not going to watch the whole thing now. Unless they're blindfold. Oh, stop talking about it and just do it.
Yeah. 20 seconds. Not bad, though.
Uh-oh.
Oops, I said, is it 9:40?
Oh my goodness.
Shame I had to eat a salad because I needed something, but I'm trying not to eat like terrible food. I'm trying not to eat it all this late at night, but definitely not like, why, this looks delicious. So I had a salad, but
I've been like loading up on fruit.
Nice.
Blueberries and kiwi.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
And goldfish.
And goldfish. Don't shame me, all right?
No one's shaming anyone.
I haven't hit my calories for the day yet. I can eat my goldfish.
Awesome.
You absolutely can.
Although I'm pretty sure this beer is about to put me over, but I don't cheat that much.
Yeah.
That looked really good, Emilio. I can't wait to finish watching that.
It's really cool. Yeah. I was telling Victoria about the these two guys were both blindfolded and played on one controller and beat Mike Tyson's Punch Out in 30 minutes. Yeah, it's really impressive.
Yo, I gotta see that action. Jeez.
Yeah. It was very impressive.
They're sharing one controller.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, it was done at the Awesome Games Done Quick. It's like the speedrunning that they do.
Yeah.
Every so often for like cancer charity or cancer research and charity and stuff like that. And yeah, that was one of the things.
Ha. Yeah, that's amazing. Ooh, we've got some more people doing the Discord D&D. Can they use a character I already created? Danny, if you're watching. If you're tuning in, Danny. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, that's fine. Just link it here as long as it's level 1. So you have a level 1 version of it. You're good.
Oh, man.
What do I need here? Nightbot.
Oh my gosh. I was like, why do I hear people talking? It's still playing.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
I love this Tabaxi village, just by the way.
Thank you. I was debating how many tropey cat things to put in, and I was like, you know what? It's the Obsidian Scar. Put in all the tropey cat things.
Yes! Don't hold back.
Yeah. Oh, man. How dare you, Tasha? I need 2 more minutes.
Okay.
No.
She did.
I just can't please y'all tonight.
Oh, no.
It's fine.
Okay, well, we're going to hang out for just a minute because...
It's sports related.
No, it's Emilio's PC crashed.
No.
Oh, I see. He's
Oh,
frozen.
look at that.
Oh.
Like, damn, that's a stoic expression. Like,
Like, damn.
I'm telling him right now that he froze with a very stoic expression. Okay, so we're gonna vamp for just a minute.
okay.
I just thought Pepino was surprised. Yes.
Huh?
Huh? Oh, sorry guys. It'll be just a minute.
It's fine.
It's not a Mad Bird stream without some sort of technical difficulty.
For real.
Yeah,
It's true.
we're on it. Well, actually, Dan, this will give you a second. Do you? I mean, I don't want it to be too spoilery, but there is a image in that file
The ritual.
folder. Mm-hmm. That'll be the next one up.
Okay. Cool. Tight.
Coo coo coo. Type it type. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Coo, coo, coo. Your gift.
You're welcome.
Uh,
I try to do what I can. Boy.
Nice.
oh man.
Good time.
What week is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, while we're all waiting, I was going to announce it the week beforehand, but just so everyone knows, since we're just all hanging out, because we play on Sundays, we will be off the week of the Super Bowl because nerds love sports too, and there are several of us that
Not real nerds, okay? Real nerds don't give a fuck.
I think
Wow.
I'm
Travis Willingham and I
This is true.
very much
This
disagree.
is true.
Actually, the first time I met Travis, I met him at a SAC Anime, so it was a very small Comic-Con. It was so great because I got to chat with him for quite a while, and we talked about like fantasy football and growing up
Nice.
liking both like sports and nerdy stuff. And he was so great. And then I got to talk to Laura right afterwards, and she was so sweet. And she actually wrote in my I told her that my friends tease me that she's like my spirit animal, and so she signed my player's handbook that says, "Victoria, you are my spirit animal." Laura Bailey. I was like,
Oh,
That's
so
so
sweet.
sweet.
I know, they're so nice. And I finally got my husband does not watch Critical Role, but he does watch Yeehaw Game Ranch. Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's great.
yeah, so he loves Travis and Brian there, and he quotes all of those insults. Those are his new favorite insults. To say girl at Brian.
It's even great when Ashley comes on and insults Brian on that
Oh.
show.
Those are the best.
I
Yeah.
lose it every
Yeah.
time.
He says Zoom is being weird.
I'll give it a
I'm gonna-
minute.
Try again.
Have you tried turning it on and off again?
Yeah.
Ah,
I just told him.
When is Super Bowl anyways? Is that like in a couple weeks?
it's what, the 12th today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me confirm. It's usually either the last week or the first weekend of Super
February
Bowl
2nd?
2020. Yes, there it is.
February 2nd.
Ask
Okay.
Google Sensei.
All I know is that Texans lost today somehow. I don't understand.
Pat's already
Um,
lost. I'm like,
Well,
Yeah.
that's okay. Because you have two Chiefs fans in this group. One of them is not representing.
Oh.
I don't care. All of my, actually, I take that back. I do care that the Patriots are nowhere near the Super Bowl this year.
My Pats didn't make it through.
Yeah,
I
my
did
Vikings
the-
didn't make it either.
Biggest dance. Which one?
My Vikings.
Oh.
Yeah. When we got married, I made him become a Cubs fan.
Yeah.
If I became a Chiefs fan, that was the.
Okay. Nice.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll probably watch Netflix and then just see what happens on Twitter. Twitter usually fills me in on stuff, and I'm like, oh, cool game.
Neat. I love watching the game when my team isn't in it. It's less stressful. And I just be like, this is a good
That's
game.
true.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. I this year for fantasy, I broke my own rule. I normally do not draft players from the Vikings because it's too stressful for me to watch the Vikings games because I need them to do well because they're my team, and I need them to do well because I need fantasy points. But this year I broke that rule, and I won, so I'll take it. Oh, he said he's watching. Okay. Well, while we're waiting, I think Sam is freaking out because I'm still in the meeting. Oh. Still on the meeting?
Do you want to close it? It won't affect me if we close it and reboot it. It'd be easy to just set back up. I mean, close and restart.
Like leave the meeting?
Yeah,
No.
like end the meeting and then restart it.
Okay.
You can join?
Yeah. So end meeting for all, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you got it.
What happened? Just kidding. You're all stuck with just Dan. Not what you came here for. Oops. Oh, you're totally fine. Belio. Rejoin Victorious. Why is this so off? Whatever. I guess that's the other one. Okay.
I won't have the not Victoria join because I think you guys are through the woods. Just in case you guys decided to try and kill a treant.
Ah, okay. Let me change.
Why would we do
layout
that?
then.
I don't know. Why would you break into a room and start a fire for dildos?
That's different. If you bring in a treant, like
could you actually fire that up, Vic? The layout wise, it'd be a little bit of work to reconfigure. If it's all right. Sorry.
No, it's fine. No. How dare you ask for anything? Even though you do me a favor every week, and still in Victoria's call. Hold on.
No.
Emilio, if you're watching, we left the call.
You should probably exit it altogether and then the program.
Started a new one.
Nice, Frank.
Okay. Yes, Dan kindly runs my. I can multitask, but I can't multitask that much. Turn off my video. I'm not even going to change my name on there. Okay. Join the meeting.
Living on the edge.
Well, it's not that hard to find me. Oh wait, you need the video too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just even if it's blocked out or whatever. That's fine.
I'm just gonna flip it around backwards. Hold on.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't like being on the big screen.
Yeah. If you want to leave and rejoin, Tasha, then that'll take you off.
Of the big thing?
Mm-hmm. It'll put you in a different order. Whoever's right after me goes in that spot without me redoing it. Actually, I guess Steph, if you wouldn't mind doing the same.
What? Why?
To make everything go smoothly with the overlay. Just to, leave the call and then come back, leave the meeting and rejoin. And Tasha, if you're up for it.
Okay, fine. Fine.
Thank you.
I mean, wait, why are there two Victoria? Okay, then there's Steph.
Mm-hmm. It's looking like I probably have to redo it anyway, but... Oh, no, maybe... no, I don't know. This is looking better.
Well, at least I'm not on the big screen, so...
What have you done? I don't know, Amelia. What have you done?
What have I done to deserve this?
Oh, no.
Nice.
Oh. Oh, Lanta.
Is that a Star Wars scarf, Steph?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like R2-D2.
It is. Yes, correct.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Cute.
My favorite thing about Star Wars.
Oh, that's so
The
cute.
androids and the robots.
Awesome.
Did you like the... Wait, did you see...
I haven't seen the newest one.
Damn it.
Sorry.
There's one on there that you would really like.
Okay.
because it talks. There's a lot of droids that talk. But this one's super
Exited it like 3 times. Oh no.
Maybe. Well, his computer did restart. That's why he left. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he said he like exited it 3 times. It's weird.
Did he restart the computer?
Yeah,
The
his
DeLorean.
completely. Yeah.
I'm like 3 episodes deep. And
That's it?
That's it. Yeah, I was getting them acquiring them each week. And then other shows happened, like The Witcher and other things. And then I had to watch The Outlander because a couple of awesome people got me hooked. Oh yeah, I finished binging the 3 seasons like a week and a half ago.
It's so great. And Stars will let you watch the 4th season for a 7-day free trial, which I'm very tempted because I just need a day to watch it early, and then I'll cancel it.
Hit me up afterwards. I'll give you my my sign on. Yeah. It's the only reason I have the Stars thing, and we cancel it, and then we restart it when Outlander comes back, and then I cancel it.
Nice, yes.
Same.
Yeah, I'm having withdrawals so bad from Outlander. So I started watching the Netflix show You, and I'm on season 2. And why do you root for that guy? I don't understand. He's not a good guy. But you're like, you want to root for him to have a happy ending. I don't get it.
Oh, nope. We're not camping. We're vamping. Poor Emilio is like, he was apologizing because he had to restart again. It's like, no, we're vamping. Okay.
I don't know if he has a USB cam, but if it's built in, that's something you can do. But if it's a USB cam, he can physically unplug the camera, restart his Zoom, and then after he loads into Zoom, plug it back in, and sometimes we'll pick it up.
I'll put that in the chat.
Chat.
Unplug your. So don't plug it back in.
Just kidding.
Until after he's entered Zoom.
Yes. For safety.
Joining.
For
Use safety.
Protection. For protection. What? Dude, Haffy is a piece of shit. Like,
what? What?
The whole premise of that show, the show You.
Oh, okay.
It shows in a trailer. He's pretty much like this creeper stalker guy, a sociopath, like murderer, like. But, yeah, it's gonna get explained, but like. Oh, is this one of those things? Never mind. I'm gonna hush to give people a chance to watch it.
Speaking of watching things and then canceling, that's what we're gonna do with Disney Plus, so we can watch Mandalorian this week.
Nice.
I'll trade you.
Ooh,
yeah. Because I don't know how many you get on one. Let me check.
And at some point, I'm gonna have to start the CBS All Access again, so we can watch Picard.
Oh my gosh, that's the end of this month, like the 25th or something.
So
right?
excited!
Do you think that'll be on Hulu? I don't need another.
I don't know if CBS All Access. They were like one of the first ones to separate from everything else, and made you get a separate streaming.
Like Star Trek Discovery, they don't let you have that on Hulu.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, maybe with Hulu Live TV or whatever. I have the one that's. I don't know which one I have. I have one of the lower things, not the live TV one though. So maybe probably not, but you can always, it's out there.
We have the live TV. No, yes. We actually, our main one is actually the YouTube Live that we watch, the YouTube TV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, question, Vic.
So cool.
Yes.
What profile picture do you want?
What profile picture?
Yeah, I'm setting up a profile. Do you want Suki or Frozen or Kim Possible?
Oh, that rocks.
Oh.
Kim Possible.
Maybe Kim Possible, since that's my alarm. That's actually my alarm thing. On my phone.
Yes, I was like, I really think that's what she. Okay, so I'll just
Stitch
say.
in time.
Call me if you want to reach me. That was like right at the edge of me growing up. Yeah.
There he is.
Hey!
Man, what a trial.
Yeah.
What a trial.
Yeah.
That was the
Emilio
first
gets
part
the
of the
inspiration
ritual.
for the night, not you.
Yes. Oh yeah, we didn't even roll. Guys, you have to remind me. We only did it once.
Sorry about that, guys.
Don't be
No,
sorry at
don't
all.
apologize.
It's way
That's
beyond your control.
Freaking life, man. Okay.
Man.
Okay. So we're gonna settle back in. So when
What are we doing again? We're
Yeah.
playing D&D.
What day is
You
it?
guys found a cafe, a
What year
cat
is it?
cafe, and now you're just having lunch. Okay, so you are you're all dressed up in the garb. So they put these forest green capes over all of you. You had some substance, some spicy smelling substance that was put on all of you, and they were preparing the bodies of Derek and Sebastian's mom for this ritual. And as the activity dies down, everyone sort of somberly steps away from the circle, and there's this beautiful, almost like a fairy fire light coming from the very top of this tree house and just sort of illuminating the center of these two bodies. And Dan, it's no rush. It's whenever you can throw that image up. It's not going to be too spoilery.
Okay. The ritual one, you said.
Yeah, but
Okay.
like I said, no rush. So as you do, Jade turns to all of you from her seat in the center of the space and says, "Now, this does take some expensive components. We are not a people who can do much with coin, but perhaps help and service in the future. Your word would be enough."
Absolutely.
Then-
All right.
If it's something we can do, absolutely. But hopefully it will not be anything morally unjust.
I cannot speak to morals. They're different for every creature, but we try and keep our balance neutral, as the way nature should be.
Okay.
All right. Sweet child. And she'll turn to Sebastian. Let us try and save your mother first. And she'll come down off of the throne, I guess, for lack of a better term. And you can tell, although she is a little bit taller than Peppino, the way that she sort of like hunched over with her staff, she's actually she stands only a little bit shorter than Peppino. And like it kind of makes her way over to Sebastian and takes his hand. And you can tell, I'll say it doesn't even take an insight check for you guys. You can tell that she's being very tender and motherly with Sebastian. And you kind of get the idea that it's not just because he's a young kid. It might have something to do with the fact that he is also a druid, and they sort of recognize that in him. So that might be why. So she takes him to his mother's side, and she's been dressed, and there's a cloth that's draped over her. She has sort of a similar makeup on her face, and she turns to him as a couple of priests approach and start putting the components around and mixing things. And she turns to him and says, "Now, child, I need you to think of something that would convince your mother that she is needed here. Can you do that?" And he'll kind of look at her and say, "I'll try, but and he'll take his mom's hand in his hand. And you guys see about 4 of these priests that are doing this ritual, and Jade is standing over the woman. And as she's doing this, one of the priests who has, he looks very much like a very muscular, slender lion. He almost looks more of a warrior than a priest. Takes the woman in his, just like her shoulders and head, into his arms as they perform this ritual. The lights above the ritual sort of like thrum with energy, and I wish Steven was here to roll. You know.
Should bring his dice to work. And then...
I know.
Excuse me a moment.
If you insist on making me be in a meeting. Okay. So, after what seems like several minutes, how close are you guys to this circle? Like,
I'm pretty close. I'm pretty interested in what's going on.
okay.
Yeah, I would say same.
Okay.
Sure.
Bonnet, Ilsa, okay.
Maybe not as close as Pepino and Ileana.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm interested.
Same for Lennox. Safe
Okay.
distance.
Okay, so Pepino and Ileana will see this first, and it looks as though this particular priest pulls energy from the light above them into his hand, and it comes around from his hand and goes into the body of Sebastian's mother. And after that's done, they all kind of like wait a few breaths, and then her body slowly starts to change form, and fur sort of sprouts from her skin, and it takes almost a full minute for her to completely sort of change over. And after that, you hear this like gasp, and she comes to life and looks around. Sebastian, Mummy, oh Mummy, and she kind of looks at him, and Jade says, "Shh, rest now, my child. It is a taxing return. All will be known to you soon." And she'll kind of put her hand on Sebastian's mother's chest to tell her to rest. And Sebastian kind of like sidles up to her and will not let go. And then Jade will turn to you guys and say, "All right, who among you will participate?"
I will.
Hi.
Alex,
Yeah.
I'll step back.
You're not joining us?
As soon as you say that, you can see Jade say, "You can be there with the ritual, but only 3 can reach out."
I'll watch over him.
Okay.
Just stand there.
Stay close, big guy. I might need your help.
Like a
Guy?
torpedo, definitely.
Like,
Acknowledgement of that.
yeah.
So she indicates for you guys to approach, and if you don't do so immediately, she will sort of like gesture that you need to take either his hand or rest your hands on him somewhere so that you are in contact with the body.
Where's Locke?
I know. Where does everyone put their hands?
I'm gonna look right at Derek's junk and be like,
Ileana would take one of his hands.
Show me on the Derek doll. For
Show me on the Derek doll.
knowing Derek, I'll do the upper thigh.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Oh god. I'm gonna go to his head.
Okay.
If I have a moment, in his other hand, I'm gonna put a jug of apple juice just so he's holding it.
What? Okay.
Doing?
Yeah.
What?
Well, when he wakes up, he's going to be
What is-
thirsty. It's his favorite drink.
No, the Bardston is
Derek
his-
Bardston would be his favorite drink.
He's,
God.
he's had apple juice quite a few times, guys.
Sorry.
All right. So all of you do this. You prepare yourselves. The priests collect their components and move over and start to do the same thing. Elzaris, because you're at his head, the priest that took the head and shoulders of of Sebastian's mother sort of guides you to sort of hold on to him in that way, so that way you can help help him, because you're at the head, so he needs you to help him with that. And they start the ritual, and the lights begin to thrum again, the fairy fire. And who would like to be the first to reach out to Derek? Okay. Go ahead.
So I am remembering our time on the beach, where I was stalking him for a little bit, not really, and how wonderful that was. And then I kind of like lean closer to his ear and be like, "Hey, remember that time that we got jumped and kidnapped? Like, that was fun. Who's gonna do that with me if you're gone? And remember that other time where I did you a favor of opening Locke's room, and then that led to your death? Dude, you owe me one, so you better fucking come back. Thanks."
Go ahead and make me an intimidation check, please.
Oh no. Oh, that's really good. 20.
20.
Nice.
Oh, I'm very upset. No,
Okay.
I'm determined that he is not going to die.
All right. Okay. And after you say these words, and the energy thrums a little bit more, Jade turns to the other two. All right. Who will be next?
Liliana looks to Peppino.
Oh, okay, I'll go. Yeah. So I'm gonna look at Jay and I'm gonna say, to understand this, I'm just supposed to think of a time where we connected. I just want to make sure I do this right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll think about the time where we were staying up at watch one night, having an eating contest with Bardson's berries, where we both got incredibly sick and refused to admit to each other how horrible we felt. And I'm also going to think about us talking about the arts. It's something we both enjoyed. We both enjoyed theater. We both enjoyed music. And just, I'm going to think about how much more we could learn from each other. And hope that we'll have more time together.
And as Peppino thinks of this and sort of nudges the apple juice a little bit tighter into Derek's grasp, go ahead and make make an insight check for me.
Okay. Insight, 17.
17. So I hear a clock.
Oh, that's there's one. It's like 5 rooms away.
Oh, wow, nice.
I heard the chiming of like a grandfather clock. I was like, oh, that's really ominous and
Perfect timing.
Sorry to call you out on your clocks. Okay. So as As Pepino finishes thinking of this, Jade will turn to Ileana and say, "All right, child, it's your turn."
She'll kind of, she's holding onto her hand. She'll bend down a little bit closer to his ear. I've known a lot of people who deserve to die, and you're too stupid to be one of them. I'm not very good at this, but you are sometimes a bother, and sometimes I hated hearing your voice, but I will miss you. So come back, you stupid lug.
So as you think that, go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Oof. That's a 10 total.
And then you have everything on you, right? Like you didn't put anything down, right?
Mm-mm.
Got all your gear. Can you make a religion check for me, please?
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Again, as Ileana has these thoughts, and you see sort of a combination of seriousness and sort of, I don't know, almost pity on Derek go across her face, and the fairy fire again thrums in the air. Lennox, since you're sort of paying attention to the ritual, you notice sort of in time with the fairy fire, there is almost an energy and a light coming off of Ileana and then sort of subsiding and coming off of Ileana and then subsiding.
Make a mental note of that.
Okay. And I need a good die for this. You know what? I'm going to use one of my character dice because I can't use a DM die. I know. I don't trust them. So all of your contributions have been made. The priests seem to do the same sort of ritual. The lion priest pulls the energy from the fairy fire and into the body of Derek Bardson. And and you wait a moment and 2 moments and 3 moments, and then his skin starts to sort of ripple and change, and it starts turning into fur, and his whole body transforms, except for he doesn't quite wake up the way that Sebastian's mom did. He looks like he's sleeping peacefully and quietly.
Did it work?
Thank you.
Can I try to shake him awake?
Give him a slap.
No,
Alright,
just
so-
let him, guys, let him sleep.
Yeah, as soon as you go to shake him, the lion
sleep.
priest will grab your hand. It is taxing on some.
Get a grip, guys. Let him rest.
Did it work?
It seems to have, yes. Like I said, some die in most terrible ways, and when they come back, they are exhausted from the travel. Did he die in particularly a gruesome manner?
A bit.
You could say that.
It was in battle.
Was he particularly outmatched?
Was a demon.
Or death?
It was death itself.
It was a spirit.
Bless you.
Oh, don't wipe that one out. Sorry.
And I don't think he was particularly outmatched. I think that he was unprepared.
Not ready to leave, yes. He has probably been lost trying to come back and is tired. So, the light grows dark. Shall you rest with us?
If you'll have us, we would greatly appreciate it.
Of course, my son. Let's just let these two rest because they will need it. Timber, and she'll pull Timber over. Let us find them some quarters for the evening, and then we will dine.
Thank you again.
You are most welcome.
Just gonna.
And so she'll indicate to Timber. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna sort of take in as much of this ritual space and Derek's sleepy nature, like still just. I'll believe it when he wakes up. Kind of.
All right.
See, he's alive, guys. I told you he wasn't dead.
Ileana's going to ask either the leader or one of the guards, do you mind if can I sit in here?
Timber will turn to you and say, of course, if that's what you prefer. We can show you to your sleeping quarters later.
Okay.
And he'll indicate towards there are still a couple of benches around, and most of the tribe that came in to watch have dispersed at this point. So yeah, there's definitely a bench for you to sit if you so desire.
Ileana will actually sit against the wall on the floor.
Okay. All right. So as Ileana sits there, Timber will take you just 2 tree houses away to what looks like almost like a barracks with bunk beds, but they're like bunk beds that are like 3, 4, or 5 high. So, and you have to like climb up to get into them. But he indicates we can rest here, and we will eat soon if you want to join us.
I would love to join you guys.
Thank you kindly. Top bunk.
Vanished.
And then Timber, I believe. Pepino, yes. Nice to speak again.
Yeah.
So I hope this isn't an inappropriate question, but could I bring some spirits to drink to dinner, or would that be inappropriate? Like, do you guys like to party, or?
Oh, I understand. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
You kind of like.
Yeah.
You know. Go right ahead.
All right. I'll see you in a bit.
I'll send someone for you. Okay. All right.
Oh. So what was it like being a part of that ritual? I'll look at Pepino.
I mean, it was different than anything else I've done. I'm not generally a spiritual person, but it felt very spiritual. I'm glad it worked.
Me too.
Yeah. I mean, I just thought about some goofy fun that we had, and
that's lovely.
Told them to come back. It worked.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
How about you, Alex?
Well, he never left, so it was fine. It was an experience, and see, I told you, I wasn't dead.
Lennox, should we address this now, or should we just allow? Like, I'm just worried about her well-being.
Right. So I think now would be a good time.
Okay. Elzaris, you're unequivocally everything. Somehow, everything you just said was wrong. He was definitely dead.
Very dead.
He was extremely dead.
Like, he wasn't, like, dead. Like,
No, he was.
no.
Yeah.
Sometimes people die. In fact,
Yeah.
that's the usual course of things.
Well, I mean, duh. I know people die.
I
Derek didn't die. Like, look at him. He's, I mean,
so
the cat
Elzaris, I think it would be good if you worked on separating your desire and for someone and how you miss them versus the reality of things.
Aye.
I just worry it's coming from a place of compassion.
what?
Fuck it. We'll deal with this later.
Right.
He's back. That's what matters.
Aye.
See, I know. I mean, you just needed to trust me for more than a day, and it worked out. So I
Quite
think you
a...
owe me a drink.
What?
You owe me a drink.
I owe you a drink.
Doubting me. Yes.
When did I doubt you? When
By
did I
saying he
doubt?
was dead, and that we would kind of bring him back. And I think you
I
had
didn't-
moonshine for me, right?
I mean, I'll give you a moonshine, but again, you're just kind of like,
What?
Detaching
Well-
yourself from reality, I suppose?
yeah. I think that's the appropriate.
Y'all are so funny. I don't know what you're. I really don't know what you're talking about.
Well then,
He's fine. We are all fine and dandy.
he's fine now. There was just
Yeah.
a period of time where he was not fine.
Yeah, no, he was very unfine. He was very much not.
But he's
Fine.
back now. It's just important you don't skip over that
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
He
It's
was
a-
like, no, he was like halfway dead. Like it was fine, guys.
Did
You're making a really big deal out of this. I don't understand why you're making a big
was
deal
it the
out of
purple
this.
lips and the completely pale skin that made him
Yeah.
made you think he was half alive? Like I'm not sure what part.
People get
The
brought
fact
back
his
all the
body was
time.
like a a stick, solid as a stick, wasn't bending.
It's fine. I mean, people die all the time. I understand death. Like,
I don't
Yeah.
think.
I don't.
please. I have killed. I've seen people die, but some of them can just come back. and
So
it's fine.
so really quick, do you think the people that you've killed have come back?
Oh no! I really make sure this person stayed dead. I
Okay,
really
so
make sure.
so you've killed one person. I'm not judging. I've only killed one
Yeah.
person, and I hated it. But
Oh, I
I
loved
hate it
it
because I know they're not coming back.
I loved it so much. He deserved it though. It was
There's
great.
There's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot.
It was so great.
There's a lot of layers.
But what a
But
beautiful
actually, it
city
was with
this
his
is.
dagger. I hold up the dagger that
Oh,
I murdered that individual with. Yeah, so that's why it's my
fancy.
favorite dagger. I know. I
I
know.
see. Was it a servant?
No, heavens
Oh,
no.
all right. Well,
I actually loved my servants.
well, that much we know.
yeah,
Very
but not
much
like
so,
in that
right?
way. Ew.
So, Elzaris,
Yes.
I'm happy he's back too.
Yeah.
But he's back, which infers that he was indeed gone.
It was okay. Think of it this way. You go on vacation and then all of a sudden you're like, I really want to go home. And then you pop back home. That's what happened to Derek. And he's fine.
You're skipping about the part where he got like stabbed by a malevolent spirit.
Right. If his
Uh-huh.
soul went on vacation to the afterlife,
Yeah.
I feel like that's the very definition of death.
Yeah.
It's just we're happy he's back though. So
So Elzaris, just so I know for the future, when is someone dead to you?
I'm going to kill him.
Okay, but so only when you kill them.
Well, I mean, not necessarily. Like the barnacle creatures. Like, I don't really count them as like people. But I killed. Did I kill one? Oh God, no, I don't think any.
No,
Whatever.
I think you did.
I assisted.
After you fell down off the mast.
I was like,
Yeah,
I don't think I
that's
did anything.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was.
I mean, like, you know, like I know they're dead because no one cares about
Okay.
them, and they're dead.
Okay, so I'm speaking in the more like broad sense. You understand when someone dies, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
I guess that's good enough for tonight.
Yeah, I guess that's
I
progress.
don't know.
I just don't know
That's
why.
some progress.
Well, you're doubting me, really.
I'm not doubting
So,
you. This isn't...
I mean,
Oh, but these islands, there's so many wonderful things to see.
There's
This
so
beautiful
many
village.
special things.
Right.
yeah.
I mean, just
You know,
to see a
where's-
ritual like that.
You know what, Elzaris? Just because we made progress, you can have all the moonshine you want.
Great.
Ah,
And I take out my to-go cup, and I'm like,
I'm
a
gonna
head
like,
start. All right.
I'm gonna like fill it up to where she can't like, she can't
Just
like
gotta do
hold
the
it.
sip thing before she can.
Yeah, she's gotta like,
Sip it off.
yeah.
thanks.
I know who'll be dead next. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, honey, I
Good thing you're here.
Yeah.
can never die. My
Oh.
patron would let that happen.
Oh. All right.
Um,
So as you fill, go ahead. Did you have?
I think that after this, I would kind of like to say I'm gonna take a breather, take a quick walk, and I kind of want to
Okay.
go back and see if Ileana's still in the other hut.
Oh,
Or
perfect.
tree.
Yeah. Actually, that's where we're going to switch to. So, while you guys are all chatting, we'll switch back to Ileana, and then sounds like Lennox will show up at some point. So, Ileana, the room has pretty much cleared out. There's one or two people that are still sort of attending to the bodies, and then they sort of disappear for a little bit and come back. Sebastian is sitting next to his mom, holding her hand. She is now sleeping. They gave her a little something so she could sleep. But other than that, you are alone in the room, back to the wall, sitting on the floor.
I'm just sitting there, just kind of watching, guarding, thinking.
So as you do this, you kind of lose track of time and don't realize it's been, about 15, 20 minutes already. And Lennox walks into the door.
I would have asked if I could go with Lennox. I would have said, "Do you want some company?"
Can you give me maybe just a 10-minute lead? There's just something I want to check.
Oh no,
in.
go for it.
But then please do. I'm always
Yeah,
love your company.
I should keep an eye on Elzaris anyways. She's
Oh, right.
gonna be very hydrated.
She'll have about an hour lead on us with the drink.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not a lush.
Of course not. No. Okay. I'll kind of look around for Ileana as I enter the room. See her on the floor. I'll walk over to Ileana.
Hey, Lennox.
I don't suppose I'll point to the floor next to you. This seat is taken, is it? You mind?
No, they've been fighting over it, but you can have it.
All right.
And she'll smile.
I'll pull up a seat. Oh. This is, you ever seen anything like that before? This ritual? Turn this way so I can look at you when I say.
No, nothing like that. No.
Quite a bit of,
Have you?
No. Can't say that I have. Nor a treant. Nor a large talking walking tree. Or
No.
treetop city. Lots of beauty out here.
I've never seen a good treant.
Oh, you've seen some bad ones then.
I've heard of them. You know,
Yeah,
tales of the battlefield.
sure. Oh, I'd hate to face one of those in the battlefield. So, part of the reason I asked if you've seen this ritual before is partly because of the magic and its splendor. But also, I don't know if you noticed, but there was a lot of light, and some of it was pulsing along with the ritual. And I happened to notice that partway through the ritual, there was the same aura of light around you, also pulsing with the ritual. Did you notice that yourself?
I didn't notice it coming from me because I wasn't having an out-of-body experience. I mean, I saw some light, sure, but I didn't know. I mean, I'm an Aasimar. I'm a paladin. I don't know if any of that would have had anything to do with it.
Right. Now, of course, you don't have to answer any of this if you don't wish to, but seeing as how we're spending a fair bit of time together, I thought maybe I'd ask a little bit about the deity that you serve. I can tell by the symbol on your shield it's helm? No. Yeah? No.
No, Torn.
Huh.
Torn is
Torn.
Is what's on the shield.
Ah.
Yeah. I was raised to worship Torn. That was the deity of our chantry.
Now, back in the town I come from, there was also a deity everyone preferred to serve, but a lot of us were raised with that, but didn't really commit. I couldn't help but notice or can I notice it? The other token, the other thing you took, the other symbol of a different deity.
I'm sure that you. I mean, you were around when she took it and probably
Okay.
put it on.
We're all out here exploring, not just the land, but I'm sure ourselves. Might I ask if you're doing the same? I noticed that other token there.
Other token
Of another deity around your neck.
Oh, the trinket. Yeah, I guess that's another deity. Yeah, I don't worship it. I just like to have looked.
Would it be alright if I incited whoever
Sure.
I need to ask? Okay. I think of 20, dirty 20.
Wow. She's partially telling the truth.
Well, I
It's
won't
about
press.
half.
Okay, nice. I won't press you none, and certainly won't judge you. I just want you to know, I think you've got a very level head in your shoulders, and a keen sense of humor, sharp wit. But I'm here in case there's anything I can do for you. If you're looking to better yourself or pursue anything here.
Do you not think Torn is worth worshipping?
Oh, I couldn't say one way or the other. Not much for worshipping any deity. But if you find peace in it, and enough to, devote yourself to it, then good. Good for you.
You mentioned that where you come from, that they have a deity that they want people to worship, and you chose not to. Why?
Well, it felt a little more forced than a natural thing. It's not like, oh hey, here's some information about this deity that's I want to make sure I've got it right. Is Mystara the one that's over magic?
Gonna ask me about this.
I'm so sorry. I know.
How dare you? No, it's okay. It's just buried under the resurrection spells.
Maybe not. Who's the one that's I think she has a harp or something as her symbol? Whoever I'm thinking of.
Sorry, goddess of magic and knowledge. circle of 7 stars or 9 stars. Circle
Oh,
glowing red
Mistra.
mist.
Ah,
Yeah, Mistra.
okay. It was Mistra. Huh. Of course, I believe in magic, and I fully believe that I've seen enough happen in the world to know these gods exist. Maybe if I was given more of a chance to find it myself, I'd follow Mistra, but when it's forced on you and pushed as though it's the only thing that is right and you just don't have a choice, and then you see so much different happening in the world, it's a little difficult to reconcile those things.
Did you ever fear the wrath of that god, Mistra, for not choosing to worship her?
I like to think that I show my appreciation for her in my own way with the use of my magic. I'll never speak against her. But, I don't know, I'm doing quite a bit of self-evaluation and exploring out here myself. So who knows? I don't, You may have noticed I don't trust people right off the bat. It's not one of my strengths. I've seen a lot of really nasty business from people that do a lot of good in their lives, but that little bit of evil they let seep out can be really nasty. But the more time I spend with you and Peppino and Elzaris, the more I find myself being able to lean on you. So I guess that's mostly what I came to say. A bit of thanks for being the type of person that can affect an old heart like mine.
Old? How old are you?
Old enough.
Do you mind if I ask a question?
No, not at all.
When we were talking with the two of them out in the street outside the pub, you mentioned, or was it later? You mentioned that you had family from the Nine Hills?
Oh, right, those two. No. I found it a bit interesting that the other fella did.
Oh, I thought you had some yourself. You know, seeing your, your heritage.
Right. I get that from me father, but I don't know him. Left when I was very young. Mother is human. Rest her soul.
You mentioned, so were you raised in a religious environment, or?
There's a lot of heavy pieces of societal influence that were at odds where I grew up. Being a tiefling, there was a lot of persecution, a lot of prejudgment, a lot of hate. Then you had a lot of the folks, including my mother, that pressed with the church and such. It wasn't a pleasant place to grow up in. But I think that's typically the case for us tiefling. I mean...
At least you had your mother.
Aye, she had some good moments. Aye. How about you? Did you grow up with parents, siblings, and the like?
No. I mean, I had parents, but being born in SMR and I was in a very religious area. They whisked me off pretty quickly for training.
Do you feel like you're happy with how your life's turned out so far? The role you play in this life? If you don't mind me asking.
I've had a lot of happy moments, sure. But also there's been a lot of oppression.
Oh,
Honestly.
I understand.
And, well, you know, you grow up in one way of thinking and you start to travel and then see another ways of thinking. It's hard not to feel like you've been cheated.
I can understand that. Well, I think it's good on you for doing this traveling, seeing the world, expanding your horizons and such.
And it wasn't my idea.
Oh,
I was sent out here.
huh. I see. By that same church or whoever took you in.
Yes. Aye.
Well, I hope you know I'm here if you ever find yourself with any conflict between what you were raised with and what you're seeing out here in the world. I'm a good listener and be happy to help.
Thank you, Linnick. I appreciate that.
I'll try and give you a pat on the shoulder.
Great,
Alright,
great,
I've
great.
chewed your ear off long enough, yeah.
And as you two sort of, laugh, as the conversation comes to a close, you both look up and you see a very wide-eyed Sebastian who has clearly just listened to this whole conversation
Nice.
as he's holding his mother's hand. And at about that time, Pepino, would you have brought Elzaris along with you?
How much did Elzaris have to drink in the last, I don't know, 10
She
minutes?
has been sipping.
Like,
Because you just-
like
Well,
little sips? Or like,
Gingerly, like,
are you using a straw? Or are you...
no. You don't sip moonshine through a straw, you heathen.
I'm gonna go check on the other guys. Do you want to come, or you want to just, I don't know, do what it is you do?
I'll catch up.
Okay.
I'll catch up.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead.
you head in and you see the scene of Ileana and Lennox sitting against the wall and Sebastian in the middle just staring at them.
And you said there's like benches and chairs and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna do that Men in Black scene where he drags the chair out to the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and then I'll sit next to you guys, and it's like, hey,
Hey.
how's it going in here?
Pepino. Where's Elzaris?
She's relaxing.
Is she drinking?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And so
You know-
the
you
night
know-
begins.
Yeah. She'll be okay. She's an adult. She can make her decisions of what she wants to enjoy. I think we can all agree on that.
Aye. There'll be natural consequences one way or the other. I think she's learned from her last trip how to enjoy it without overdoing it, but
Yeah.
Has she?
Teach their own.
I must have
Or
missed that
maybe not.
lesson.
Maybe not.
Must have missed that moment of insight.
I think she'll be okay.
Aye.
Yeah. She wasn't like in a hurry. She wasn't when I was leaving. It seemed like
Also,
she was
she's
taking
still
her time.
there drinking.
Sorry, what was that?
She's still there drinking?
I think
still
she's going to be
there.
there drinking for a while. Yes. What's the worst thing that'll happen?
Right.
She'll
What's
try
the
and pet
worst
one of
thing
them?
that
Yeah,
could happen?
she'll try and
We're
pet.
in a town, we're in a community that we know nothing about, hardly.
Yeah.
And she's there drinking and until she possibly drops or makes a fool of herself
I'm sure
amongst people that we're not even 100% sure
sure
that we can trust.
there's no way Elzaris would ever make a fool of herself around strangers.
Yeah,
I
right.
think you might be incorrect.
I almost want to start a pool that she's going to get the shits and just go right behind a tree and in
Yeah.
front of a bunch of Tabaxi or something.
Just so loud.
That is so
Right, we'll
gross.
hear it a mile
So
away.
loud.
A blop blop.
Yeah. Nah, she'll be okay.
Aye.
She's a tough girl.
I want to tell you two, you're incredible. You two did it in this ritual here.
I honestly think that Jade is the incredible one. I was just speaking my mind. Yeah.
Well, I think you did fine work, the both of you. Very impressive from where I stood.
I think you did just as fine as work, Linux.
I'm good at standing back and watching.
I think you would have done just as fine up front.
Very kind of you.
All right. Well, let's. I mean, you guys thirsty? Do you guys want a drink?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aye.
All right.
I'll pass.
Ileana. Derek just came back from the dead. If there's ever a time to party, it's right now.
I know he came back from the dead. He's a Tabaxi, and he's lying here. So
Yeah.
I'm making sure that he's safe, as well as the wee one and his mother.
I think it's safe to say that wee one can definitely take care of himself.
You trust people really easily.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I?
A tree ent, and now you're just trusting that our friend here, unconscious, still is okay amongst. Not saying they're bad people. I mean, well, bad, Tabaxi, but
Yeah. I have a strong feeling like the only thing that would ever endanger Derek is Derek. So I'm not
Right.
worried about it as long as he's sleeping.
you might have a point there. But
Oh.
I'm glad that he's back.
Right.
Yeah.
What if Guillermo kept watch? If and he's willing.
Not sure I trust that either.
Oh, right. I forgot about your conflict.
Yeah. Her aversion to helpful animals.
I just don't trust nature to just. I mean, how do you know that one day he just won't, break out and just kill you?
An owl?
Yeah, I don't know why you're laughing. I mean, it
Because-
seems like we fought things before, and I've fought dogs before, and
You fought a dog? Why'd you fight a dog?
he was going to attack me and the other guards that were with me.
Oh,
Wait, he was going to, or he did?
Yeah, no, well, he was on his way,
So
but
it
he
was
didn't make
preemptive.
it there.
You
He didn't make
preemptively
it there.
attacked.
We killed it before it was a problem.
That's
was one of
man's
those-
best friend. Killed man's
It wasn't
best friend.
my best friend.
Was that one of those hellhounds you were talking about the other day?
Oh no, this
Oh,
was
okay.
just a dog.
It's just a
It
corgi.
was a big dog.
Oh,
It wasn't a small dog. It was a larger one.
Gotcha.
It was bigger.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
Well,
heading out to drink then.
Yeah, I'll join you.
So as you guys prepare to leave the space, we will check back in with Elzaris, who is sitting on her bunk, sipping her moonshine, her to-go cup of moonshine. Are you doing anything in particular?
Not getting drunk. I am, just for the record, she is enjoying this like a fine wine, as she was taught to do so back home. And as she is sipping, she will kind of close her eyes and reach out to her patron and be like, so still don't know how this works. I mean, I did your thing, but like, do you have like a picture of what this thing looks like? I don't know what I'm looking for exactly. Is my father okay? Like, do you talk to me, or is it just like me talking to you? And like, this is all like internal. Nothing else is like, nothing comes out of her mouth. But like, it'd be cool to have. I mean, you're probably busy, but you know, what's up?
So as you have these thoughts, make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Cool. Oh, that's not good. 4.
Okay. So you are sitting there sipping the moonshine, maybe aggressively. You're still sipping it, but you're having these thoughts, and the room just starts to go a little bit blurry. And in the blur, you see from the center just sort of this dark, almost like a smoke, sort of fill the center, and all of a sudden, just it bursts out and fills the room, and the whole room is dark, and you feel a strength. Right, it's almost like it's reverberating in the room around you, and the only word that you hear is patience. And just as fast as it came, it sucks back into the middle and is gone. But you are still just a little bit blurry. You're not sure if it's because you're drinking moonshine, and no matter how slow you drink it, it's still moonshine, or if it had something to do with you reaching out. But a few moments later, you see Celeste walk into the room and say, "Oh, I was come to fetch you, but there's only one. Where are your friends? It's time to dine."
That's a really good question. I'm sure they'll catch up later. I'm really hungry though. I'll follow you.
Okay. And she'll, kind of head out the door, assuming you're going to follow her.
Oh yeah.
And as she heads out, instead of heading straight to the hall, she clearly was given direction to find them. So she's going to start leading you from like one building, to the next one, until they finally let me make sure. Yeah, until she finally makes her way to the main hall, and you walk in and see the 3 of them, 2 of them on the floor, 1 on a bench, and Sebastian still sitting with his mom.
I like to say that I closed my to-go cup and I left it, if there's like a little nightstand or something. No. Never mind. I'm going to hold my drink, but I'm not going to drink anymore from
I
it.
thought you were going to leave it just to make sure that you couldn't share it with anyone.
Yeah, and then I'm like, well, I'm in a strange place. Someone could poison it. So she's going to keep a hand on it. Just not going to sip anymore because that experience was a little
She's feeling a little bit woozy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
She
standard.
definitely feels pretty not drunk, but tipsy for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys walk in the room and Celeste sees the other four of you and, oh, good, I came to fetch you so that we can go to dinner. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah, I could eat. Let's do it. What, is there anything we can do to help?
Oh, no, it's already prepared, but I do appreciate it. No, we'll be fine. We can just attend.
Sure thing. Thank you.
She'll lead the way, assuming that you will all follow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she leads you to a building that's just one building away, a little bit smaller, but still one of the larger buildings as part of this colony. And you can hear sort of the din in the room before they even open the door. And as she does, it's a beautifully lit dining hall with rows and rows of tables. There's no like head table. Everyone's just sort of together. Food is laid out family style. You look up and the lights, there's this beautiful plant growth at the top that sort of cascades down on almost like a chandelier, and there's like a twinkling light that's amongst it, and spaced out throughout the space there are these big vessels that have what smells like almost like an incense, but then as you watch everyone move around the room, every once in a while someone takes a little bit of plant, throws it into the burning incense vessel, and a little bit of smoke comes up. And I actually need all of you to make Constitution saving throws, please, with advantage.
Let's have you for dinner.
Oh, roll the same thing. So. 20
that's
for Elzaris.
16 for Ileana.
15 for Lenek.
15.
16.
16? Okay,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, what was Elzaris? I missed
20.
20. Oh, I'm so sorry. You should have done that just regular. Do you remember what your other roll was?
I rolled the same thing, so yeah.
Oh, okay. So
it was
20. Okay.
still 20, yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I guess I should do Sebastian. Oh no. Okay.
I'm not going to eat a kid, guys.
So you guys walk in, and it's a joyful group of Tabaxi that are in there. You can tell that they've saved sort of like a space for you in one of the middle tables. Celeste brings you in and sits you down. She'll sit across from you, so you're all in kind of a group. And Peppino, just because you have the highest passive perception, you notice that Sebastian is looking a little bit like wide-eyed.
He's contact high.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And so, but the rest of them look like they're having a fantastic time. And everyone starts handing you food, and yeah, you're sitting down for a meal. And Celeste is with you, and please enjoy.
Of course. May I ask what's in the incense? It's pretty strong stuff.
Yes, it's how should I put this? I don't really know the term for it yet, what they call it, but it kind of reminds me of, I don't know, like catnip.
Okay. Go for
It's
it.
great.
Yeah,
right?
I can imagine. The kids loving it. Sebastian just like rolling around on the floor, like
he's like, he keeps touching his face a little bit, and then he's like really into his food, and then I mean, he's not all over the place, but yeah, he's definitely feeling it.
Yeah, and like I would have pretty much no reason to worry about like the catnip, right? Like I wouldn't feel like it's having a bad effect on my body.
Make an intelligence check for me. Actually, you can
comes
do it
in.
with medicine. Your medicine modifier.
Can I do the same,
It's
Victoria?
the same. Yeah. 11.
11. Okay.
Yeah.
The 17.
17. Okay. So Pepino, you're not quite for sure. It doesn't seem to be affecting you at all. But you don't really have a lot of experience with it. Ileana, you're kind of looking around the room and seeing and knowing the way that you feel that you probably doesn't affect, even if it affected you guys, it probably doesn't affect you quite as much as it does the Tabaxi. So you're not that worried about Sebastian. He's a kid, that might be why it affected him a little bit more, but no ill lasting effect. Seems all natural. Yeah.
Okay. Well, upon that, I'm gonna say, would it be okay if I took like a deeper smell? I want to experience it as well. Can I go get like a good whiff?
Yeah. Oh, of course. And so she'll actually like bring you over there.
Blow it in my face.
Yes. Well, you'll go to one of the vessels and she'll pull some down and put it down there so you get the big, the initial blast of it. So yeah, just make another Constitution saving throw.
Nice. 9.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
right.
That was enough that it filled your body, and you feel light and airy, and everything, like the food just smells fantastic.
I love it.
Yeah, and you're resisting the urge to sort of like pet the Tabaxi because they look really soft. Yeah. You're feeling it.
All right. I'm gonna write this out.
Okay. All right. So Pepino joins you, and he all of a sudden has anime eyes, kind of like Sebastian.
Yeah. Pepino, you're feeling okay?
Everything smells so good right now. Ooh. And then I'm gonna try and reach up and touch your hair. Just like...
Wow.
Nice.
And you thought I was gonna be all like,
you have such good hair. You both have, all three of you have beautiful hair.
Just gonna give it a flip.
Well, well, thanks. I mean,
thank you, Pepino. As do you.
Thank you. And then I'm just gonna like blankingly just like reach on a plate and start just eating food.
Ileana's watching to see if he dies from eating the food.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Sure. Well, that's a 7.
Yeah, no, he seems okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just rolling. I'm just going with it.
As you're like, eating all this random food, Lennox mentions your hair, so you touch your own hair. Oh my gosh, yes, it feels great.
Yeah.
Celeste, starts a conversation with all of you to find out a little bit more about you. But as you start to have that conversation, the doors open behind you, and there you see the new cat form of Derek in a simple tunic and a billowing cloak. And so the doors are open, and he looks directly at you. And that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
So, quick question: what does his fur look like? Does he look like the jaguar type Tabaxi?
Oh, you know what? I will let Derek describe that.
Okay. All right.
Next week. Okay. Yeah. Because it's all going to depend on how much of his. He's got to roll a little bit to find out how much of his stealth has come back.
Nice.
So, yeah, it depends. Yeah.
I hope all the good parts come.
Yeah,
Nice.
We'll see.
I picture just seeing the billowing cape amongst all the cats. Like, wait, is that?
Yeah. It's just the kind of way that we structured it. It depends on how much he wants to come back, and a little bit to do with the dice to see how much he remembers.
Yeah.
If he remember a lot, then he'll be more Tabaxi than himself.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, my goodness, guys, you did it. Well, seemingly did it. We've got 2 new Tabaxi rolled. Congratulations.
Now Derek, now Steven has 3 characters. It's fine.
3 characters. Yeah.
That's fine.
Nice.
Yeah. We'll see which one he sticks with. So awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for playing tonight. It was lots of fun. Thank you guys for watching. Dan, do we have any shout outs and things to do? I'm sorry.
We
so
do?
Many.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying I was really in the RP tonight, so I was not as paying attention.
Let's see. So we had Lady Steph that hosted us. Thank you so much, Steph.
Yay.
And then Kim that did all the things. She hosted us and she cheered 500 bits. Thank you so much, Kim. That is amazing.
Wow, thank
across the
you.
evening here. So great.
Awesome. Oh, yay. Thank you guys. And thanks to all the viewers for hanging out and watching, especially through that technical difficulties.
Sorry about that, guys.
No,
worries, no
no,
worries.
it happens. It
It
happens.
is the way of things. Yeah.
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 But, awesome. So we should all be back next Sunday and we'll find out exactly what Derek went through, what he turned into, what's going to happen to Sebastian and Mom. And kind of go from there. But I hope everyone has a fantastic week. And if you want to watch more D&D during the week, we stream on several nights. Tuesday nights from 10 to 1, we have our All Evil campaign that Tasha and I are in, that Dan DMs, called Cures for Men. On Friday nights, we've got Stormfall from 10 to 1 that has Steph in it. Again, Dan DMs. That's our good aligned dramatic game.
Drama club.
And then, what are we, 1 week, 2 weeks away? Is it, Steph?
We're
Not
1
tomorrow,
week and
but-
1 day.
Yeah.
Wow.
1 week and 1 day away from having a Monday night campaign. You want to give it one more?
Sure.
Plug?
Yeah, it's called The Forsaken. It's going to be on Monday nights from 10 p.m. Eastern Time to 1 a.m. Eastern Time. We have 7 players. I am DMing. Dan's going to be in the group, as well as Frank and Melissa from Stormfall, and other people as well, of course. But yeah, D&D 5e takes place in a land of flying kingdoms, secret societies, forbidden magic, and is also, which I don't think I've said this yet, but it's also taking place in the same world as all the others. So Astra Lenore. So yeah, it's just taking part on a different part of the map, but in the same world. So, and at the same time. So yeah.
Yay!
That's so
Even more
exciting.
chances for people to accidentally.
I
run into each other.
know.
All the crossovers.
Yes,
Nice. Oh,
awesome.
yes.
Oh, wonderful. Awesome. Well, everyone have a fantastic week, and we will see you guys next Sunday to find out what happens next with Derek.
Awesome.
Awesome. Have a good one, guys.
Take care, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.